The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Hey, this is the Autumn Winz Podcast. How y'all doing, man? I know it's been a while. Oh, man, getting over some sickness, man. You can probably tell it in my voice. But thanks, everybody, for waiting for this. And I'm glad to be back. So today for the Autumn Winz Podcast, we got a few topics on hand. One, obviously, we're going to talk about our great Oakland Raiders sitting, half a game back from first place in the AFC West, which I'm very excited about. Hopefully, take first tomorrow, or should I say today? Actually, today it's 1 in the morning. Crazy. No, 12 in the morning. Okay, it's not that late. Just got out of work a while back. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about our Raiders. We're also gonna be talking about the Week 11 NFL schedule. Some hot games going there. I'll go ahead and give my picks for NFL Week 11. And then also, we're going to go ahead and talk about the infamous Colin Kaepernick. Had a workout today. Yeah, we'll get more back onto that. I have a few comments on that workout. Some crazy stuff happened, but anyway. Excuse me if I do that a few times, guys. I just want to say I'm still sick, but I wanted to go ahead and get this podcast out, right? It's been too long, and I had to get it out. So welcome to the Autumn Winz Podcast. All right, so first topic on hand. We'll go ahead and start with Oakland Raider news because I know you all want to hear about that, right? Well, I sure do, and I'm pretty sure all of Raider Nation does. So we play the Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow. Let's give them the respect they deserve. The Bengals, right? The Cincinnati Bengals. They haven't won a game this year. They haven't won a game. But I don't want to get too cocky because anything can happen, man. I mean, anything can happen. You saw last week the Falcons took out the Saints, right? No one expected that. There's tons of examples, right, where the underdog or the team that people count out comes up big, So you always got to prepare, just like anybody else, right? But the reality of this game is the Cincinnati Bengals are 0-9. They're starting a rookie quarterback, right? So they're starting a rookie, 4th-round pick to be exact. But the team's still talented, man. They got Joe Mixon, definitely one of the best running backs in the NFL last year. Led the AFC in rushing, so no joke there. You got Ryan Finley. Excuse me, guys. Ryan Finley making a start here. And he's got some weapons, right? He's got some weapons, but, they got Geno Atkins, Carlos Dunlap. I mean, there's a lot of talent on that side. I mean, really, I think it comes down to, in this particular game, it comes down to just taking care of business, right? Running the ball with Josh Jacobs, staying on schedule and not taking them for granted just because they're 0-9. Right now we got Derek Carr playing, his game. We have him playing his game. He's very accurate, short passer, medium passer, very accurate deep passer too. We don't call a lot of shots down the field, but that's part of Gruden's offense. We're a West Coast offense that focuses on running the ball. It was like that when we had Gannon as well. Anyway, if you're a Raider fan, Gruden left, went to the Bucs. He won the Super Bowl. But when Gruden left Gannon, they promoted Bill Callahan and opened up the playbook. Anyway, Gruden has pros and cons, right? I love his offense. We're scoring 24 points a game right now, so definitely not a bad offense at all. And we've been showing improvement every game. So, how you guys liking that game against San Diego? I mean, wow, did we show up? Shout out to Eric Harris, man. Wow, playing lights out, man. The dude was working at a potato chip factory, and I think he worked at UPS. And now he went paid $80, went to play in the CFL for a tryout, made it there, and look at him now. He's playing for John Gruden and the Oakland Raiders. So shout out to Eric Harris, man. Big inspiration to me, and I respect the man. So very, very happy for him. Played lights out, man. Had 2 picks, should have had 5. We won't get into that. But proud of the Oakland Raiders for winning 2 games in the last couple weeks. Actually it was 2 games in 7 days or something. It was two wins in a week. I think it was like 4 days. 1 on Sunday, 1 on Thursday. It was good. But anyway, moving forward, let's go ahead and talk about. Let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals a little bit more. Really, I haven't seen much of the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's no fault of their own. I watched them play the Ravens, man. They turned that off. They got destroyed. The only thing I saw there, though, Joe Mixon, man, he's special. He was running wild. He had 133 yards against the Ravens, and that's pretty damn good. So, our key really on our defense, we got to stop the run. You make Ryan Finley, throw the ball. You're going to win the game. That's just my opinion. You got to stop Mixon. Their offensive line's in shambles right now. Their quarterback's a rookie. But their skill players, they're dangerous, man. They're dangerous. They could run the ball. They could pass the ball with the best of them. They got players like Tyler Boyd and John Ross, with Mixon in the backfield. So the Bengals really have nothing to lose. They could really give everything they got in this game. Their defense has holes, man. They got holes, and they're giving a league worst 173 yards per game on the ground. So, if you look at that, our strength is running back, obviously, right? Just run the ball down the throat, stay out of 3rd and long, and we win the game, right? But the keys to victory on this one, we got to establish the run, like I said. We got to stop Geno Atkins, one of the best players in the defensive scheme of the Cincinnati Bengals. And, really, we gotta bottle up Joe Mixon. We gotta force the Bengals offense into 3rd and long. Because if they're throwing the ball, Eric Harris, tee off, brother. And we gotta just win the turnover battle. Our defense isn't great, but if they could cause some turnovers, we're gonna make some things happen. So, definitely excited about that. For all the things, that's going on in the NFL, one thing that I can say is the Raiders are a pleasant surprise. Media heads are talking mad shit. I'll say it, man. They talking mad shit. Oh, man, they love hating on the Raiders. But, it's funny. I was listening to Eric Mangini, former head coach of the New York Jets, got fired. Got fired. But anyway, he was on, I believe it was ESPN the other day, running his mouth about John Gruden. I think we were 3-2 at the time. No. We were 4-4, and he was just talking mad shit. And I was like, man, your teams never did anything, right? You lived off of Bill Belichick's legacy for a long time, but it's just crazy how the media, with their narratives and the way they attack the Raiders, it's just so funny, But anyway, obviously, I'm picking the Raiders on this one. I'm actually thinking that they're gonna win pretty nicely. I'm gonna go 27-14. Raiders. Derek Carr have a big day. I think Derek Carr is gonna play lights out on this one. I think they're gonna surprise some people, and obviously I think Josh Jacobs is gonna do great, but I think it's gonna be the Derek Carr show on this one. So anyway, moving forward, I do want to say. If I was a betting man, I would be betting the Oakland Raiders on this one. So anyway, it's the first game we've been favored in a long time, so definitely excited about that. Also, I'm really excited about Deion Jordan. I mean, we just signed him off the street, right? He was suspended 10 games. 10 games. So I've always been excited about Deion Jordan. When back in the day, when he was drafted, we had a top 3 pick. Reggie McKenzie ended up trading our pick back, and got some bust. But I thought we were gonna pick Deion Jordan that year. I was pretty excited about it, and now I get to see him in a Raider uniform. I'm pretty excited. I think he's gonna do something. We need him to step up, really. I mean, we just lost Arden Key to that broken foot not too long ago, so we definitely need him to stand up. And then we just signed DJ, safety from the Redskins, man. Played for the Cardinals, got cut, right? But, I mean, it was his first year with the Cardinals. They kind of gave up on him quick, I still think he's got something. Last year, he was doing pretty good for the Redskins. So I got faith in the man. I think he's going to do pretty good. But we definitely do need him to step up because, again, another injury. Carl Joseph with the game-ending interception in the Charger game. Yeah, he ended up, getting hurt, and now he's gone for the season as well. So had to sign another dude off the street. And you'll hear me say that a lot. I mean, we've done that quite often this year. So nothing new for the Raiders. Next man up. But anyway, guys, we're going to move on from that, guys. So right now, I'm just going to be completely honest, man. I mean, I haven't been feeling good at all. I'm barely feeling good right now, right? Just trying to stay committed to this podcast, right? The Autumn Winz podcast, and doing my best. So I hope y'all appreciate it. Because I don't feel good. But the next topic we're going to talk about, guys, we're going to go ahead and talk about the upcoming NFL schedule. Obviously, we talked about the Raiders, right? So that's a game we already talked about. We're going to go ahead and talk about, I would say, my next most intriguing matchup. I'm going to say the Texans against the Ravens. I'm pretty excited about Texans against the Ravens. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson. Doesn't get more exciting than that, really. I mean, if you think about it. I mean, I can't name any matchup this week that excites me more than that, besides my Raiders. But I mean, the two quarterbacks are some of the best in the business. I mean, they just make things happen. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys saw that run by Lamar Jackson last week, man. I mean, dude just spun people out of their socks. And, it makes me think of Michael Vick. I hate to do comparisons. I hate to even think about that, right? But, damn, man. Me growing up, man, as a young kid, watching Michael Vick run was like, damn, he's my favorite player, man. He did his shit. All that happened, whatever. But, man, I love watching him. It was like watching Michael Jordan, One of the best ever. So gifted, so... Man, you just love watching the guy. So anyway, Lamar Jackson really blew me away the other day. I caught that play. And honestly, I mean, I'm going for the Ravens, but I just have a sneaky feeling about those Texans, man. I know they lost J.J. Watt. I do know that, but something just tells me they're probably going to win. I don't want them to win, right, because it hurts the Raiders' playoff chances, but damn, I don't know. I think it'll be a shootout. I really do. I think it's going to be a shootout between the two. And if anyone watched college football, a few years back, it was Deshaun Watson with Clemson, man, and then Lamar Jackson over there at Louisville. It's some good stuff, man. I mean, it was a great game, shootout, and I think it might happen again. Lightning strike, or can strike twice, and I think it's gonna happen. So definitely a game to watch. Man, I wanna say the Ravens win it, but something tells me, man. Something tells me that Houston's gonna win that one. So I'm gonna give it to Houston on that one. That's my first pick. First pick of the day. Besides the Raiders, I have the Raiders winning, but first pick of the day that's not the Raiders, I'm going with the Houston Texans. And let's go ahead and talk about let's keep moving forward. What else do we got? Who else is playing? Before we talk about who's playing, man, did you guys watch that Steelers and Browns game? I mean, I didn't catch the whole thing, but damn, I definitely watched the end. Swinging a helmet, dude. I mean, that shit was some gangster shit, man. I mean, wow. Mason Rudolph, man, trying to take out Myles Garrett fucking helmet on the bottom, and pissed Myles Garrett off, man. I never seen a man so pissed. Got up, fucking ripped his helmet off, fucking swung it, just clocked the dude in the head, man. Myles Garrett suspended for the year now. And, much respect to Marquise Pouncey, right, man? That dude stepped up for his quarterback, started throwing blows, man. So, respect to that, man. I know he got suspended 3 games, but damn, was it worth it? And, yeah, I would say yes. And I don't think he should have got suspended because he's just doing what a lineman should do. But, yeah, man, I think that has no place in the game. No place in the game. But, anyway, it happened. I just thought it was crazy. I thought I'd bring that up. I would say, personally, my next game I'm looking forward to, I would say the return of Nick Foles with the Jaguars playing the Colts, man. That's a game early tomorrow. And I'm going Jaguars, right? I mean, I'm a huge Nick Foles fan, big Nick Foles fan, and dude was representing Jesus, man, the other day, so I got a soft spot for that guy. So, but anyway, point is, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, man. He was hurt. He broke his collarbone, man. He's been out for a while now. Gardner Minshew doing work, man. Minshew magic, and honestly, I personally, if I was an executive, I wouldn't have benched Minshew. I mean, I understand, but they're paying Foles a lot of money. Foles Super Bowl MVP not too long ago, so it's not like they're just handing it off to some unknown. But at the same time, though, Minshew is doing work, and much respect to Minshew. Definitely love the guy, honestly. Uncle Rico for all y'all. But I have spoken. And if you know where that's from, the force is with you. Anyway, next game I want to talk about. Well, honestly, I mean, there's a lot of games I don't really care about coming up tomorrow. I mean, for real. There's just not too many good games. I mean, obviously, with being a Raider fan, the Chief and Charger game kind of means something to me. I'm rooting for the Chargers on that one. And I picked the Chargers to win 17-14. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. There's going to be a lot of injuries. I think they're going to be knocking each other out. But I'm going Chargers on that one just because they just got embarrassed by the Raiders. Other than that, I mean, the other big game that I'm looking forward to is the 49ers. See how they respond after losing their first time. They play Mr. Kyler Murray. Or Murray, whatever you call him. Kyler, right? I mean, the dude he's actually pretty damn good. In the draft, I love Derek Carr, soft spot for Derek Carr, right? I do respect the man, and I think he's a great quarterback. But Kyler's exciting. He's exciting, man. Little flash of fireball, man. But anyway, I'm gonna take the surprise pick on that one. I have the Niners losing again, falling to 8-2 to the Cardinals. No one expected it, and I think Kyler has a big game. Fitzgerald with 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying. So that's my shock pick, guys. Cardinals taking the Niners. Oh man. Other than that, I mean, we got the Cowboys going against the Lions. I mean, on that one, I'm always going the Lions on that one because of the fact that I just don't. Ever since Amari Cooper went to the Cowboys, they piss me off. But besides that, I think the Lions bounce back as long as Matt Stafford plays. I mean, right now he's questionable, but if he plays, I say they win. If he doesn't play, obviously, they don't stand a chance without Matt Stafford. Next, they got the Bills and the Dolphins. I have the Dolphins upsetting the Bills, man. I really do. I have them upsetting the Bills, winning their third straight. I feel like Fitzmagic is going to happen. So if you don't know what Fitzmagic is, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, journeyman of the NFL. I don't know how many teams he's played for, but, they won 2 straight, and I want to say they win 3. I think they win 3 straight. Next game, we got Redskins and Jets. I'm going Jets. It's not even a question. I don't think the Jets are good. I don't think the Redskins are good. But I think the Jets have enough talent to beat the Redskins because the Redskins are dumpster fire. Just calling it how I see it. You got the Falcons and the Panthers. For me, that's an easy one. I say Falcons. And you're like, what? Panthers got McCaffrey, Kyle Allen, DJ Moore. And you know what? You're probably right. They got a lot of talent. They got a great defense. But Matt Ryan, man, he doesn't like losing. And I think they turn it around. I don't think they get to the playoffs. I think they finish 7-9, 6-10. Not great, but definitely not an embarrassment. Still think Dan Quinn gets fired. You got the Saints and Bucks. Drew Brees bounces back. He really doesn't like losing. He lost last week to the Falcons. He ain't losing again. Buccaneers, they ain't a dumpster fire, and I love their coach, but Jameis Winston is he's an interception waiting to happen. Broncos, Vikings. Well, I hate the Broncos. Always will hate the Broncos. And I hate the Broncos. I said it enough. Going Vikings. Kirk Cousins, MVP candidate. Definitely think he deserves to be an MVP candidate. I know people talk they talk a lot of crap about Mr. Kirk Cousins. $84 million guaranteed. That's going to happen. Well, we talked about pretty much all the games except for the Bears, right? The Chicago Bears playing the LA Rams. And the Bears they're getting hurt. They're just injured everywhere, and they just got Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack can't win a game by himself, and he takes himself out on critical third down, so they ain't winning. So Rams bounce back on that one. They win big. And our pick goes up from the Bears. And if you know football, you know that we got 2 first round picks from the Bears. And you know what? It was a waste. They paid Khalil Mack too much money. I do love him. I think he's a beast. But we got 2 first round picks from him and a lot of money. And so Josh Jacobs says hello. And we got another first round pick next year. And it could be a top 5 because the Bears are going to keep losing on this one against the Rams. So yeah, that concludes week 11, the games. So you heard my picks, heard my surprise picks, heard my take on the Browns and Steelers game, which was crazy, by the way. Just a dirty game, which, I don't know, I enjoyed big hits. It was good, but didn't get to watch it all, but I definitely watched a lot and some crazy stuff. But moving on. And today, the big news. What was the big news today? Well, Tua, right? Got hurt out there in Alabama. This is college football, if you don't know. He's out for the season. Could have the same injury Bo Jackson had. Definitely career-threatening. So, hope the best for the man. Prayers for Tua. But anyway, I hope the best for the guy. That sucks. But anyway, getting on to other news. Colin Kaepernick. Mr. Colin Kaepernick. What do I have to say about Colin Kaepernick's workout today? So, just a refresher for everybody, and everybody knows, all right? NFL blindsides Colin Kaepernick. The other day, Tuesday, they let him know, hey, we're going to throw you a pro day so you could get back in the league and you could show off your skills once and for all be all in Atlanta at the Falcons practice facility Saturday. You in, you out. If you're out, you're out. If you're in, well, you're in, but you got to decide. So Colin Kaepernick says, yes, okay, whatever, we're going to do it. I've been ready for the last 3 years, he says. And what happened? So I was actually pretty, curious about what was going to happen. Colin Kaepernick, 45 minutes to the official pro day that he has scheduled with the NFL, which was weird. Never been done in the history of NFL for a free agent. But anyway, the NFL's trying to, I don't really say they would have to save face because it's been 3 years. Kaepernick got a settlement. We won't talk about that. But anyway, yeah, they paid him a lot of money for all the stuff that happened. The dude changed plans 45 minutes from the pro day. So, all these executives and people that were going to watch him, maybe they weren't GMs, maybe they weren't head coaches, right? But people were going to watch the man, head scouts, right? 45 minutes to it. He says, I wanted to be able to have my own film team. I want transparency, and I get it, right? You want that stuff to happen. I guess he feared that the NFL was going to make their own narrative, and that he sucked, and that's why he didn't get signed. But I don't see a reason why the NFL, at this point, right, after 3 years, had to do this. So, why he would feel that they would lie, at this point, this far in, right? What's the point? And he ends up doing it at a high school, right? He tells them, hey, I'm changing the location. He tells all the executives, he tells the scouts, hey, I'm doing it here at this high school an hour away. We're changing the time, and I hope you could be here. And that was the last you heard of Colin Kaepernick. I really, truly believe so. I think he's completely honest, I think he's more talented than some starting quarterback. Mitch Trubisky, speaking of. I think Colin Kaepernick's a better quarterback than Trubisky. I do. He's been to a Super Bowl. Trubisky I don't think we'll ever see the Super Bowl. I don't see it. But Kaepernick has lost, but he's been there. And I know he's better than Trubisky. He's better than half the backups out there. But no matter how good you are, you have to look at it, man. Look at it in my perspective. If I went to my job and I started doing these things, right? Okay, yeah, kneeling during our national anthem. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, I don't agree with it. I got my grandpa was a Marine in World War II. Okinawa, Japan. Uncle Vietnam, cousins Desert Storm. Got a lot of military family, right? I wasn't in the military, but hey, I'm grateful for my freedom. And hey, Colin Kaepernick has the right to protest, and then he wears those socks depicting cops, which not all cops are good, right? They're not all of them, right? But there's some good cops out there. You can't put them all into a. Anyway, you can't put them into a big. And me speaking on this, I ain't a saint. I've been through some shit, man. Straight up. I ain't fucking, I like cops. I can't tell you I've always followed the law. I can't tell you I haven't gotten in trouble. I quit meth, 7 years ago. I ain't the perfect saint, but I'm telling you, you gotta respect people, man. And respect the people that protect the people that you care about. Cops go out there, they got a hard job, man. You make it harder by making them look like evil, right? When they're not. Not all of them. Yeah, there's some bad ones. There's bad apples. Just like there's bad people. Just like there's bad whatever, that bad's out there. No matter what you do, no matter what profession, there's bad people. Anyway. Reschedules, goes to a high school, and he kills it. I thought, I watched his pro day YouTube live, and the dude, he still got it. And I think he's 32 years old now, though. You got to remember that. He's getting up there in age, which I didn't even know he's that old, man. I mean, he's getting up there. I really think this was his last shot. I think he would have got a job if he would have just showed up to that pro day in Atlanta. At the practice facility, but he didn't show up. Through his own, some of the scouts went, a couple, right? Not 24 teams, I think it was 27 teams that actually were going to show up. But anyway, yeah, there's about 3 or 4 that showed up to his new one. I don't know if this guy thinks that, normal people are going to, are in control of NFL teams, but, like I said, if I go into my job and I, break the rules and I, make a big scene and bring a lot of noise, I don't think my job or your job, you get a teacher out there that goes to work and starts making noise and they're going to cut him. They're going to fire him, right? Who wants extra noise, right, when you don't have to? When someone else out there is dying for a job, right? Someone really needs to feed their family, There's always someone that wants it more, man. There's always someone that really wants that paycheck. Football players make more than doctors, homeboy. You want... Come on, Colin. You could have made a bigger difference in the NFL, man, but I just don't see you going. I don't think you can go back, but hey, maybe go to the XFL, man. It's not a shame. Just go back. Go to the XFL. Tear it up for a while. Go to Canada, man. Whatever it takes, man. If you want to play ball, show you want to play ball, go play ball. Right? It's not like it's not there. You can play ball anywhere. You don't have to play for the NFL. But anyway, that's for another time. But my opinion on Colin Kaepernick is that there's too much noise, right? I think he's talented. I think he's one of the most talented. He would be definitely the most talented backup in the NFL. Him and RG3 are right there, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But that's my opinion on the Colin Kaepernick situation. I know that you probably have an opinion too. And we'll see what happens. To close out, right, I promised freestyles. I do want to, before I freestyle or anything, I just want to thank everybody for listening. I'm sicker than a dog right now. Straight up, man. I'm sick. I've been sick for a while now. I'm so done being sick, man. Be grateful for your health, man. Be grateful for your health. When you're healthy, when you ain't sick, and you wake up in the morning and, things are good, just be grateful for it, man, because one day you wake up, you're like, oh, shit, I'm sick, and then you're sick again, and you're like, oh, I got better, and then you're sick again. I'm like, damn, I've been sick for 2 weeks, dude. I'm like, what? Why? I just don't want to be sick anymore. But anyway, that's just a personal rant. So tired of being sick, guys. But, hey, my podcast is going to be a lot better next week. I can tell you that. I'm going to be better by next week. God willing, please, Lord. For sure. But I before I get into the freestyle, like I said, just be grateful. For wherever you are in life, man, things happen for a reason no matter what. Like I said, I've been sober off of meth for 7 years. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that God helped me quit. Things could have been a lot different in my life. My oldest daughter, I fought hard to be part of her life, right? With my ex, and anyway, all that happened, and it happened for a reason. It made me into the man I am today, and you know what? I see my daughter every weekend. Summers I see her once a week. Every other week. Just be grateful. And I got, I got 3 kids, man. I got a wife and got a good life. And things ain't always perfect. Life ain't always perfect. But just be grateful and just know that God's going to guide you, man. God's going to change your life for the better. And think about it this way, life ain't perfect. There's depression, and it's real, right? And there's down times, and it's real. But remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, right? So, anyway, we're going to get into the freestyle part. So, I'm rusty, right? And my voice is gone, so it's going to be a quick one. I'm just going to be completely honest. It's going to be a quick freestyle. I mean, it's 12:50 right now, guys. It's 12:50, and I'm just not feeling good. So, anyway, let's see. Let me find a beat, and then we'll go for a minute. And it might not sound good. I'm just gonna be completely honest. It's probably not gonna sound good, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I said I'll do it every podcast. So I'm gonna do it. By the way, shout out Raider Nation. This is the Autumn Winz Podcast. Yeah, gratitude, I'm going in, yeah, man, like latitude. I'm going higher than you've ever seen. I'm living life. People told me that I'd never be anything, but I'm gonna have to prove them wrong, and I'm gonna smoke out the bone. Wait, man, yeah, like cheese and chunk. Wait, nah, man, that's the old me, living out. I don't understand, but I'm shouting out. Wait, nah, man, yeah, and I'm blowing O's. I don't really give a damn, knocking down my nose. Down by my nose, I'm faster than you've ever seen flash. Yeah, I took a picture, call me like I'm Johnny Cash, and I got the ring of fire, yes, I'ma do me. Got the attire, talking black and silver. Al Davis said it better than I will ever say. I'ma live my life better than I ever did. Living life, yeah, I am New Mexican. Ooh, green or red, I'll take them both. I'm talking Christmas, I don't really care. Yes, I know that it will not miss this. I don't really give a damn, and I see the stars and they glisten. Yes, I'm looking at the moon. I ain't no cartoon, I'm 100 and I'll never give up. I'ma show you all, I'm never giving up. One of a kind when I rhyme in my prime time. Talking 21, Deion Sanders. Nah, man, talking about, no, I'm the awesome one. I'm the boss and I'm going CEO, and I'ma do that shit better than you ever done. Hot and cold, wait, I'm bold, I don't really give a damn. Stone cold, 316 stunner, I'ma get it in, and I'm pulling a runner. No, that's back in the day when I was like 16. Oh yeah, and I rap like a king. Oh, and I love to party, but I ain't Ed Hardy. I don't really give a damn, cause you know I'm gnarly. Woogity, 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 rocket power. I'ma get it in, and you know the Twin Towers fell, and the whole world changed, and America fell into hell, and we're under a spell. So you better wake up before it's too late. But I know I don't want to knock you out, but I'ma shout you out, and I'ma tell you, yeah, New Mexico proud. And I'm true, I'ma show you what I do. Yeah, I got the loot like GTA, man, smugglers run. And if you know what I said, I'ma live my life, and you know, like Red Dead Redemption. Keep it in, yes, I live Inception. I don't really give a damn, interception, pick 6. Yeah, time, tick, tick, tock. I'ma get it, yeah, I walk on water from the faith, from the Father. Yes, Yeshua, Yahweh. I don't really care, cause I play hard. Adrian Peterson all day. I'ma do this every way, in every game. I'm gonna show you all the best effort you've ever seen. I am a Gruden grinder. If you know what I said, man, I'ma hit it up with subliminal messages. I'm a subliminal criminal with a ritual. I'ma spit this, yeah, and I told you once, and I'ma tell you again. Live life, yeah, never quit, always dream. And guys, that's it for the Autumn Winds podcast. This one was a little hard to do. I'm sick, guys, and I'm gonna do better next week. And you might be happy with this one, you might be sad. I don't know, man. Shoot. But what I do know is I love all of you, and I will always be here for all of you. And I hope you guys know that. And and I'm gonna do everything I can to keep doing this Autumn Winds podcast. We can talk about more stuff. Mostly Raiders, right? Because I'm a Raider fan. We'll talk NFL. We'll talk a little bit of this and that, right? So just remember, live your dream. If you need me, call me. I'm always here for you. God bless you guys.